Hi. I know I've mentioned earlier this year, um, an earlier video, maybe a month or so ago, that we didn't quite have the year that we were hoping to have. We were really hoping to do quite a bit of hiking, quite a bit of camping, a lot of kayaking, and just a lot of adventuresome type of things. And we had a really good vacation back in May, and then after that, everything for us just kind of fell apart after that. A lot of things around the house and stuff we just had to take care of, so it took up a lot of our weekends doing that, and um, just didn't get to do the things that we were hopeful to do. And everything happens for a reason, and it, everything happens the way it's supposed to be. So can't really complain about it, but still a little disappointment. Well, anyhow, all that being said, this isn't meant to be just a griping video. So anyhow, last weekend was a very nice weekend. Kind of warm for the middle of October, but nonetheless, it was a real beautiful weekend. I didn't have a lot of things going on at the house, so what I did is I packed up some of my gear and headed off into my backwoods, my little camp that I have out there, to just spend the night, practice a few skills, and just retune with nature.
When I'm out and about, I usually try to keep my pack up off the ground as much as possible. Um, I've got an old cargo strap that I keep with me and an extra D-ring, so that's what I'm doing here. Put the cargo strap around the tree and hang the D-ring from it, and then hang my pack from all that. It keeps it up off the ground, like I was saying, keeps it dry, keeps me from having to bend over so much to get stuff out of it. So it's worked out pretty well. It's practice I usually try to stay in. Can't always happen, but that's what I try to do. And there, just see, it's just right about the right height to work out of. It's been quite some time since I've been out to this spot, so quite a few branches on the ground, and a lot of cleaning and clearing back up in this little spot. Which really made firewood gathering kind of easy. They just kicked all the leaves out the way and then collected all the sticks, put them off to the pile. Now I'm starting to get my hammock set up. stuff is Grand Trunk brand. That's what I'm using here is some Grand Trunk hammock straps. And now for my hammock, also Grand Trunk. It is a woodland camo, and it is a double hammock. The little banner that you'll see hanging there is I read in a Kephart book that when he's out and about, he'd like to keep just a certain comfort from home type of thing with him. For him, it was a little china or porcelain teacup. Kind of like that idea that he was talking about, just a little comfort of home when you're out and about. So, like I said, that little banner, our daughter got for me when she was in Japan, and it's just a little hanging flag, little skeleton in a lounge chair, and I can't read Japanese, so I can't tell you precisely what it says, but I'm paraphrasing it. Something along the lines of "rest your bones." So I thought that would be a neat thing to keep with me. It's light; it doesn't take up any extra space or anything. And now my Eagle Nest Outfitters fly, putting that up, and we've talked about it a couple times in some other videos. So. That is my preferred configuration when I'm using that, unless it's raining or something, and I'll pull it back down tighter. Or if it's cold and windy, then I'll pull it down tighter. But for here, I'm using it more as a light protection and sunshade and stuff. So I'll put it down on this side of the hammock that I'm not using much, at a pretty tight slope, and then the side that I get in and out of and everything, I'll take the middle part and either do like I'm doing here and tie it to a tree, or get a stick to put up and make like a little front porch out of it. once I finished my hammock setup, I went back and got out my wife's hammock gear and set hers up just in case she planned on staying out the night with me. She has the same setup as I do, just different colors. And then for my bedding, I used a snug pack system, not all three pieces, just two. The overnight low was 51 degrees, I believe it was, in the city, so that puts it probably at 49 or so in my place. So, and then the camp area itself, as you can see, needed quite a bit of cleaning up. Which, like I said earlier, gave me plenty of firewood. Without having to go gather quite much of it. A little Wyoming saw. I love that thing. I bought that K-Bar Becker probably a year or so ago, and I haven't gotten to use it out in the woods as much as I originally wanted to. So that was one of the things I wanted to do this particular weekend was exclusively use it and get a feel for it. That side just did not want to drive into the ground. It went in an inch or so and just stopped. Pretty sure I had too wide of a taper on it, but Okay, now what I'm doing here is just flattening, putting some flat spots in the spit, so when there's weight on it, it would help it not to roll inside the triangle pieces. Give it just a flat spot to secure better in the V. See, it helps lock it in place there. And then again, measuring it out for the other side. And some jute twine that I'm separating the fibers and such. Trying to make it as light and fluffy as I can. And some old cedar bark that I harvested probably 2 years ago now when my wife and I were out. As you can see, it's pretty dry, a little drier than I thought it was going to become. So here I'm breaking that down too and trying to get as much fiber from it as I can. Shaped it into a little bird's nest type of a ball. And the finer pieces that had fallen, collected onto the bandana and put it in the middle of the bird's nest, along with the jute that broke up earlier. And that is the same striker that I bought last year from Amazon, think it was I can't remember the name of who I bought it from. But it's a pretty nice striker. And some char cloth I made from some old blue jeans that no longer fit. And a piece of chert that I picked up a couple weeks back ago when my wife and I were hiking about. Okay, and now it's time to start getting some things ready for dinner. Still had a little bit of time to kind of mess around because my wife hadn't quite got home from work yet, but I wanted to get things started. Nothing real fancy for that night's meal. Some rice. I had some dehydrated peppers and onions. A can of tomato sauce. And some smoked sausage, which will be coming around a little bit later. So really all I want to do at this point is get the dehydrated vegetables rehydrating. So if that's some dehydrated onion, some pepper. I believe now it was some bell pepper, a couple of the colored sweet peppers, and maybe a little bit of jalapeno, but not a lot. And no real specific amount of water, just for the most part all I do is add some water, and if it absorbs it all and I think it still needs some more rehydrating, then I just add a little bit more. And it had probably been a half an hour by this point. Raked over some coals off to the side and getting ready to fry up some of the smoked sausage and my old GI mess kit. And a little olive oil. Wasn't expecting that. Apparently it's hot. And added a little olive oil to the pot, and now the rehydrated vegetables. And I'll let that fry up for a few minutes before adding the sausage. Well, it's a good thing that the pot was, for the most part, empty. That could have made dinner pretty bad. Okay, I had to fry up the sausage in 2 batches. As you can see, the mess kit can only hold so much, so dumping the last of the sausage into the pot now, and over in the dinner tray part of the mess kit, you'll see there's the rest. There it is. That's the first batch of sausage. And 5-second rule applies. My seasonings. Couple bouillon cubes. And my rice.
What is it? Karl, what was it?
What was what? Rice. Would you hand me that can of tomatoes? That Leatherman of mine, I really think I need to send it back to the factory. All the accessories are tightened down too much. If you get it closed all the way in, you can't. It's too hard to pull them out. You almost have to find something else just to pry the accessories out. Can of tomato sauce.
I got Kleenexes.
Now, I need to be a lot more careful here. I hate to dump the pot in again. That's just a little toggle piece of an old broken arrow I had and some string. I keep it with my canteen. And the arrow is just wide enough to fit down in the mouth of the canteen for boiling.
Needs to lock the door through the end of the key. He's got it locked up.
As you can see, night is setting in on us. Nice quiet evening around the fire.
This is coming very handy.
Yeah, let me see your bowl, Ruthie. It's ready.
Let me put this back.
And there we go.
See, that is my nerd light.
Dinner is really about ready here.
Yeah, right, okay.
Well, oh, you've got your light. See, the nerd lights are awesome. That's not gonna work, is it?
Not easily.
It's gonna take you forever. Uh-oh. What do I do with my nerd? There you are. I'm just gonna keep you out. In my pocket. That's what I need to do. This is like the most awesome light ever.
There's a bay leaf. You don't want that.
Huh?
You don't want the bay leaf.
Well,
And that's pretty much it. The rest of the evening was spent. Well, it got too dark to do any more filming. So after we ate our meal, the rest of the evening was just spent sitting around the fire, remembering some previous trips that we've been on, and just enjoying being out camping. And even though it was out in the backwoods, here at the house, we had a really good time. So I want to thank you for watching, and thank you for your subscriptions, comments, likes. Just thank you for everything. So until next time, we'll see you in the woods.